Okay, today we're looking at rockets flipped over Mars. Okay, if you would, turn to the third page of this packet where it says Task 1, construct a straw rocket. And that's what we're going to do first, okay? At this point, if you would, find the paper that says Pisco straw rocket. Now you'll see here that we're going to need a precision straw, an index card, small piece of clay, several pieces of tape, ruler, scissors, and a pencil to construct our Pisco straw rocket, okay? All right, so let's get our straw rocket, index card, small piece of clay, several pieces of tape, ruler, scissors, and pencil. Once you have that, let's go ahead and construct our straw rocket. All right, so let's start with our straw, okay? Now, the first thing you want to do is make a cut to adjust the length. Now, you could just use it full length, but that might not work so well. So I recommend taking off just a little bit off the straw. And again, you can do that. You can even go make a really, really small rocket or so on, just kind of just your personal preference, okay? But once you've cut off a part of the straw, the next stage is you're going to grab some clay, okay? So find your clay, okay, clay here, okay, and you're going to take off a piece of the clay, all right, so about that portion, okay, all right. Now, you're going to then put your clay on the straw. Now, the mistake you don't want to make is when you're putting it on, you just go like that, okay? And you don't want that because what's going to happen is it's going to launch the clay and not the rocket, okay? So this is what you don't want to do. You don't want to have it so thin that basically you're left with that, okay? What you want to do is take your clay and you want to put it on like so. And so that way, basically the air is going to push the clay, which is going to launch the rocket, okay? So that's your first step. Once you have that, okay, then you're going to get a note card, okay? And what you're going to want to do is I'm going to take my ruler, okay, and you want to make an adjustment of, say, pick a length. I'm going to use 1.5, okay? And you're going to draw a line, okay? And then you're going to want to cut off that. Okay, that's your fin. You'll see here that I've already cut off my other two fins using the same length. Okay, you can see here that about the same length. Okay, it doesn't have to be perfect, but they're about the same length. Okay. All right. Now, once you have your 3 fins, all right, and again, if you really want to be precise, you can take the time to make sure they're exact, but if not, if they're a little different length, that's okay. All right, but then you have your 3 fins, and you're going to take your tape. All right, you're going to take a piece of tape, and you're going to put it on the fin like so. All right, and then you're going to tape your fin like that. Okay, and you're going to repeat that 3 times so you have 3 fins. Okay. All right, so once you've done that, you should have something that looks like this. Now you can see here that that's probably how you want your color. You want some on, but not too much. Okay, just enough that gives the straw rocket weight to launch it. Okay, this one might not be such a good because there's probably too much clay on it. It's probably going to affect the launch of the rocket. Okay. All right, but now you have your straw rocket. Let's move on to task 2. Okay. Task 2. Determine the pressure and trajectory angle needed to launch the straw rocket to land on a specific target. Okay, now, when we talk about pressure, what we have here is this stick right here. Basically, you pick up, okay, and you let go, and that's what basically releases the pressure to launch the rocket, okay? Now, it's marked 1 centimeter to 46 centimeters, okay? So if you just lift it up 1 centimeter, it's not going to have a lot of pressure. But if you lift it up the total 46 centimeters, it's going to have a lot of pressure, okay? And then the angle goes from 0 to 90. Okay, so you have to pick basically your angle and the amount of pressure to launch your rocket so you can have a successful landing on the moon or Mars. Okay. Now notice the moon is 20 feet away and Mars is 40 feet away. Okay. Now, so at this point, you want to grab your trajectory angle worksheet. Okay. And then for each test, you're going to write down your angle and then the amount of pressure. Let's just say on your first one, you pick 45-degree angle and 20 centimeters. Okay. And then if in fact, then you land on the moon or Mars, okay, then you stop. But if you don't, then you adjust. So maybe 30 degrees. And again, these are up to you. I'm just picking numbers to give you an example. Okay. And then maybe you do 46 centimeters. Okay. And then again, if you land on the moon or Mars, wherever you're going for, you stop. Okay. And then you keep going, and you might have to go more than 4 flights, and you can just add to the bottom like 5, 6, 7 here if you need to, and you can even go further down if you need to. But you're going to keep basically adjusting until you can land on the moon and or Mars, wherever you're going for. Okay. All right. Now, once you've completed here, you're going to, and by completing meaning you've landed on the moon or Mars. Okay. You're now going to take your data, and let's just say, let's make up a few more numbers. Let's just say, I don't know, 40 and 30 centimeters. And I don't know, 50 degrees and I don't know, let's just say 25 centimeters. Okay. Let's just say that you at 50 degrees and 25 centimeters, you land on the moon or Mars, whichever you're going for. Okay. At that point, you're going to come back to the table. Okay. And then we're going to leave task 4 for an extra. If you like, after you're done with this portion and you want to come back and do task 4 as an extra part, you can. Okay, but we're going to move on to task 5. Okay, we're going to use the data collected in the input and graph the data on the Inspire. Okay, so at this point, once you've launched your rocket, you landed on the moon or Mars, you're now going to bring back your data and you're going to plug that into the Inspire. Okay, so that's what we're going to do now. Okay, let's just use the data that I have here. Okay, so you're going to bring your data back and then you're going to use the Inspire to graph that data. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is turn it on. Okay, and let me adjust the lighting real quick on this. All right. The next step is you're going to go to New, number 1. Now, you might have something saved on it. You might not. And got a little bright there. Okay. But I'm going to pick No. Okay. And sorry, I'm going to adjust the lighting on my camera. Got a little bright somehow. I don't know how that happened, but it happens. Okay. All right. And then you're going to pick number 4. Okay. Add list and spreadsheets. All right, and then you're going to plug your data in. Okay. 45, 30, 40, and 50. Now, whatever you do, do not put anything in these 2 blue boxes. Okay. If you do that, whatever you put in, well, the column will do everything. So if you put in, say, 20 in there, every box in this column would be 20. You don't want that. Okay. All right. So then we're going to type in 20, 46, and then 30, and then 25. Okay. Now, you're going to come up here, and in the A box, we're going to type the letter A for angle. Okay. And then over here, we're going to put P for pressure. Okay. Okay. Once you've done that, you're going to press the control button. It's this blue button right here, and then dock. So press control and then dock. Okay. Then you're going to pick option number 5, add data and statistics. Okay. And then you're going to press tab. You're going to select A because you want A as your horizontal axis. And then tab, you're going to press P because you want P as your vertical axis. Okay. And then now you have graphed your data. Okay. Now at this point, if you have questions on what else you can do with the data on Inspire, feel free to ask me and I can show you all kinds of things you can do with the data. Okay. All right. With that, have a wonderful SEEC afternoon.